Where do I want it?
That's the question of the day today. Where does Nick want it? And we're talking about microphones. We're not talking about anything else, you pervert.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Investor Shed Podcast. I'm Nick Beveridge, and this is Jeremy Kitchen.
I am Jeremy. I am he. That's correct. How are you, Nick?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty wild week, huh?
It has been a wild week. You've ingested some iron, I heard.
Yeah, I ate Ironman.
Yeah, you ate Ironman?
Well, so I did really well.
Mhm.
I thought I did really well at the Ironman event. Finished, obviously.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Clearly I finished.
But then I look at the scores, and in my age group,
You're in like the bottom 10th percentile.
out of 113 men between 35 and 39, I scored 102nd.
Wow.
Now, I know I got to be a little quicker in the transition.
Yeah.
I think I spent 40 minutes in transitions when you should be more like 5 to 10 minutes.
Were you smoking cigars? I know you have to pee a lot, so...
I do. Oh, yeah. I was peeing. I was changing each time, too. I remember my first Ironman, I just had a tri-suit, and you can just after the swim, you just get on the bike and go.
Yeah.
And then after the bike, you just put on some new shoes and you go.
Yeah.
So I might, if I ever did Ironman in the future, which I probably never will again.
Yeah.
It was just exhausting and hard. I think I'll just go back to the tri-suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Instead of changing between and taking my time and, putting on sunscreen and all that crap.
Man.
But it is a kind of a hit to the ego to be damn near last place when you thought you did really well.
Okay, and I know this is an investing podcast, of course, but I want to talk about that just for a second because you finished damn near last in your age group, but you also are the top of the top who are doing this thing. You know what I mean?
For the area.
Yeah, there's 50,000 people in Coeur d'Alene, 25,000 in Post Falls.
Yeah, and there were 75 people locally that actually did Ironman.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
But the fact that you did it and you completed it, I think you should really give yourself a little bit of grace and gratitude, to be honest with you.
Oh, thanks. Well, I've done it before, so I don't appreciate myself as much as I should. I don't think I'm ever satisfied with my results of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even restart because we're already live. But we're actually going to be talking about, obviously Nick just completed an Ironman, and I just wanted to throw a little bit of props to you out there for that. But
oh, thank you.
we're going to be talking about market conditions, what's going on in the world, and just filling you in on what we think we know, because we don't know, but here's what we think we do.
Well, we're halfway through 2025 already. Can you believe that?
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's already hot. We need a fan in this shed, which we know if the fan's going, it's summer.
Yeah, that's how we know. We don't know any other indication other than if the fan's going.
And so far this year in our local market, I would say it's been pretty hot. There's been a decent amount compared to last year. It's always compared to what, but a decent amount of activity as compared to last year. Last summer was pretty dry in our local real estate market, where there was just a lot of hesitation, a lot more sellers than buyers. It seemed like things stuck around on the market for what felt like an eternity.
Sure.
And you felt like you were priced right. And then eventually, here we are, a new year. And what's funny is nationwide, things in bigger cities are going horribly for real estate.
Okay.
A lot of inventory out there, a lot of price reductions, a lot more sellers than buyers.
Yeah.
I think nationwide, they estimate around 2 million sellers and about 1.4 million buyers.
Okay.
Is what their estimates are. In our local market, it's different. North Idaho, we're always kind of in a bubble, but we do tend to follow the trends nationwide. We just tend to lag about a year or two.
Yeah.
So if you look at historic data in North Idaho, we do follow the patterns in general of the nation when it comes to market cycles. We just tend to be behind.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Smaller market, trickle down effect of nationwide patterns, and I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
You always think you want to say because you're just special.
Yeah.
But that's just the way things have historically been.
Right.
As big things happen in bigger cities quicker.
Sure.
And more rural areas tend to be a little slow to catch on.
Yeah. I wouldn't consider us a rural area, but we're in between a city and a town, right?
Yeah, compared to Austin or Seattle.
Sure.
Or Miami, parts of Florida. I mean, we're just a tiny fraction of the population as compared to those people. I mean, we're like a tenth of the size, you know, of your average metropolitan.
So the big cities, they're slowing down. There's a lot of inventory, like you said, a lot of sellers, not a lot of buyers. I feel like I'm feeling that over here as well, though.
Yeah. Well, it just depends. I mean, I feel like there's feelings, and then there's what's actually being reported on. If you look at the numbers, we are still in a seller's market.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're averaging around 3.5 months, and we're halfway through the year of 2025. So 3.5 months of inventory, which for those that don't really know what I mean by that, when you have about 6 months of inventory, 6 months of housing, what that means is like in 6 months, if no new homes came on the market at the current rate of sales, everything should be sold out.
Gotcha.
So right now, in about 3.5 months, if we had no new inventory at the rate that sales are happening, we should be sold out of everything by the end of the summer.
Gotcha.
Or, you know,
Yeah.
close
So
to
still
the end of
technically
the
a
fall.
seller's market then,
So technically,
based off the numbers.
yeah, technically it's more of a seller's market because it's a supply and demand. There's not as much. It's just like I use the shelf analogy all the time at the grocery store. For those that don't hear me talk about that, you walk into a grocery store, and you walk through these big aisles of food, and about half of the shelves are empty.
Right.
That's what you can anticipate when you're looking at real estate. If you're in the market for a house in North Idaho, half the shelves are empty, but the amount of employees that are out there to help you find what you're looking for is insane.
Yeah, yeah. It's one at every little corner. What can I help you? How can I help you? What do you need?
You got all these realtors dancing on Facebook and TikTok, and just excited to sing songs about why you should work with them. And they're every foot from you in this imaginary grocery store.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have to push them out of the way just to get through the aisle because there's so many damn real estate agents here in the way wanting to help you. So that's just the reality of what is happening in this local market.
Sure.
Not enough inventory to meet the demands of the current buyers that are out there right now. But we've been so used to this low inventory, it seems like, for the last few years that it's kind of almost seen as normal now.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people feel like this is just a normal, kind of more of a normal market.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the pressures. There's not like we have 1 month of inventory where you have multiple offers on everything that hits the market.
Yeah.
So that during COVID, a little after COVID, we had like 1 to 2 months of inventory in most of our submarkets.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And that's what drove multiple offers. You know, you put a
demand was
regular
there.
stupid listing on the market at a normal price, sometimes even above market value, and you'd still have multiple offers. They may not all be at list price or more, but almost everybody's just wants a house.
Right, right. Give me whatever it was.
But that didn't mean like everyone was overpaying. There was only like a select few of desperate people during COVID that were moving here like in a panic that would sometimes pay above market value. And it only took a couple of transactions here and there to move the whole market up because home prices are based off comparable sales. And if you have 1 or 2 wackos in a neighborhood that are willing to pay way more, it drives up the value of the entire neighborhood on an appraisal basis. So interesting things have happened. And during that time too, you also had historically low interest rates.
Yeah, that was great.
Great for investors, great for home buyers, but horrible for long-term stability.
Yeah.
Because you've got all these people that were locked into these unrealistically low rates. You know, that's 75% of the mortgages out there are like under 4%.
Yeah.
So where naturally you would have people moving in and out of their home every 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
A lot of almost everybody over the last decade who has owned a home for a while, they either bought a home or refinanced a home when rates were low.
Yeah.
Almost everybody, the majority of people.
Like, why wouldn't you? If you had a 7% interest rate and it went down to 3, like, yeah, absolutely. Refi.
Yeah. it was one of the rare times in history where it was smart to refinance a home.
Yeah, it doesn't happen always. So
Just to, get a lower payment, take advantage of it. Why not? Yeah, sure, you reset the clock, but like when you're dealing with inflation and the reality of the world that we live in with our fiat currency, it makes sense to have long-term debt at low interest rates below inflation.
yeah, absolutely.
Mathematically. Now, those spending habits of those people doing that, maybe it's not good for them because then they freed up more cash just to get in more debt.
Right.
Or they bought boats and bought more liabilities to help, push their lifestyle in more of a stressful situation.
Yeah. And keeping up
That's a
with the
different
Joneses,
topic.
keeping up with the Joneses is definitely a thing. You see it all the time with, some of your friend gets a boat or your friend gets a new car. It's going to drive that want for you to get one of those too. Like, oh, I want to be like them. I want to hang out with him. I want to be in that crowd. And people spend money in really weird ways. But I think that's beyond the point of this episode. So
Yeah. But the reality is that you have a lot of potential sellers that would probably like to sell their homes.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any financial sense to do it.
Yeah.
And that's been a historic new thing that maybe the real estate market isn't used to, that they can, when mostly you can lean on patterns of, the last 100 years, what happens when these things happens. Never in history has it ever happened where you've just locked in 75% of the public from really ever wanting to sell their house.
Right.
Unless interest rates go back down to something that was comparable.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I also so I shoot photos of houses, and I've talked to multiple clients who have said like they bought after the market got hot. So when the market was getting hot, right, that's when people had those 2 to 4% interest rates. Right after that, it spiked up very high.
Yeah.
And some people came here buying during that time, and they're like, it doesn't make sense for me to keep the mortgage anymore. Like, I'm going to take the $20,000 to $50,000 hit on it just to get out of paying for this for the next 30 years.
Sure.
So,
yeah. And some people just have to sell.
that's how it goes sometimes. So,
yeah. Not everybody's going to keep their mortgage just because it's cheap. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are.
Yes.
Enough to where it makes a significant issue with our inventory.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't have that hang up, if rates never got that low, I don't think we'd have this issue where all of a sudden prices were able to just skyrocket. Because anytime the government gets involved and subsidizes things, and artificially creates low ease of entry to things, prices go up. People take advantage. Yeah. Just like when it came to student debt.
Yeah.
People used to be able to just pay for student debt or, they used to pay for their college without getting into big loans.
Right.
Back when it was more affordable. Now, then when the government stepped in and guaranteed, and then anybody can get a loan, college tuitions in general just started skyrocketing because they could.
Right.
Because the government's going to guarantee this debt. Anybody can get in.
Yeah.
And the government, with good intentions, created a huge mess.
Right.
And I think they did it again.
I think that happens a lot of the times with government, and hopefully I don't get Secret Service doesn't come bust down the door for saying this. When the government typically gets involved, I think they have good intentions.
Sure.
Hardly ever works out well.
No.
They're just like, we know what's going on and we can fix this. We'll fix everything.
Yeah, because because those are politicians that want to get elected. They want to deliver on the promises that they make to people, and then, here's the mayor of New York that just got elected. He's promising free daycare.
Rudy Giuliani?
No, he's like a Muslim rapper or something like that. Nice. I forgot what his name is, but that's free buses, free daycare. That's what he ran on, and I think he just got elected or something like that. But can you imagine if daycare was just free? How much daycares would all of a sudden just raise their prices?
Right. Yeah.
How people might take advantage. Homeless people might just start having kids.
Yeah.
Just collect. No, and sorry, I'm going crazy with this. But when the government gets involved and just offers free stuff, it's not free.
I think there's limitations.
Somebody's going to be
of
paying
stuff.
for it.
Yeah, somebody is paying for it, but also those programs can help a lot of people. But I don't know the ins and outs of it, so I can't really speak of that, of course. But I mean, it just depends. I always consider the government with levers, right? So if you pull from this lever, it's going to bring these levers down, or it's going to bring these ones up, depending on which way you go. There has to be a balance in the equation somewhere. Yeah. And we've never been able to really balance that equation since the deficit continues to go up and up for how much we're spending. Yeah. So when I say balance, it's an act of balancing, I think.
Yeah. And I'm not an expert
Yeah.
I don't know. I maybe not have the best opinions on this, or the best knowledge to give my best opinions. We're just talking. This is just a free podcast. My suspicion is that most of the time when the government subsidizes something, it creates a mess long term. But it makes things easy at first for people to get what they want done.
Yeah.
And when instead, if you offer incentives for like tax incentives or something like that to get what you want done, like if you wanted more daycares, maybe if you operated a daycare, you get a better tax rate or something like that. That could what that could do is create more competition, because like in our market, daycares are hard to come by.
Yeah,
There's
they are.
not enough of them. They kind of, I think they have thin margins, and it's just hard to find employees.
Yeah.
It's hard to pay employees enough to run a functioning daycare business.
Right.
But if the government could maybe just selectively say, okay, there's a need for daycares in this area, they're too expensive. What drives the price down? More supply.
Yeah.
It's always about more supply. So how do you make more supply without creating long-term horrible side effects?
Right.
You incentivize competition by using the tax code.
Yeah.
And that's why the tax code is so big. It's like government's getting what they want by not necessarily spending or subsidizing it.
Yeah. They get to have their cake and eat it too.
Instead, they offer people to go out and create businesses. And create a market go out and create it instead of the government just subsidizing it where people take advantage.
Yeah.
Instead, hey, here's a goal for people to reach, and then you can be rewarded by paying less.
And
everybody has to pay.
On the daycare model, I know this isn't exactly how it works in like every situation, but you said margins for daycare are probably small. Right. So if you're incentivizing other people to start daycares and start competition at a lower price, that's going to be harder for all of them to live at that point.
I'm assuming margins small.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe,
and I don't
they're
know,
pretty
right?
decent. I mean, if you have
I
enough
pay
kids,
$800 a month for one kid, so like I'm sure they're doing all right.
And so I'm sorry, maybe margins aren't small.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find good help. It's hard for owner operators to it seems like they're always just trying to
you got a building, you got
good help.
employees, you got
And I think part of what made it so hard in this area was because the government allowed everybody to just go home and collect a paycheck for free for not doing anything. Everybody was on unemployment. So that created a mess too, where nobody wanted to work. Nobody wanted to work.
we were essential.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can create an incentive for people not to work and not have that be in effect.
Yeah, that's true.
Then again, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. Being a politician of any kind or being involved in government, it sounds like it'd be awful. Like no matter what you do, like you're going to be hurting somebody.
Yeah.
Like and since both sides are so divided, like I mean, like you can say one thing over here and it's going to piss off this side. There's no happy medium. Is what I'm trying to get at. Like everyone is going to be mad about something you do. And
look at what happened with DOGE. Yeah. The American public was so excited. Like they've done so many polls. The American public in general, like 70% or more, were backing the idea of cutting government and making it smaller.
If you would have given me that poll, I would have said yes.
But you had Democrats and you had the mass media demonizing it. Hey, quick commercial break here. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I really do appreciate it. If you want to give back, let me help you buy a house, or I can help you sell a house. It's the only way I make money when I'm not investing in real estate. I don't make money on this podcast or the events I do, but I do make money only when I help people buy and sell houses. So if you're looking for your next investment and you're here in North Idaho, I want to help you personally. If you are not in North Idaho, I can still help you out. I have a vast network of referral partners all across the country, and I can find the right real estate investor savvy agent for you so you don't have to. It doesn't cost you a thing. Thank you for your support. Back to the show. And then you had Republicans went along with, yeah, you're right, we want to spend the money. And that's what this big beautiful bill is. Like we're not
just
actually going to cover, like it's good PR for most people in the country, but we're not fixing the deficit.
Right.
They have other plans now. They're not cutting, they're growing government.
Right.
But they're going to try to grow their way out of this problem, which is realistically the math just doesn't math.
Yeah. But I mean,
so
also
we have
like,
to, but we can prepare as investors. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
By just knowing, okay, inflation is gonna stick around.
yes,
The only way inflation wouldn't stick around is if we had deflation, which is cutting back expenses and making the U.S. dollar stronger
right.
by not printing as much. We're going to print more.
Yeah.
We have to pay our bills, and they want to print even more than what was planned over the last few years. So what will come? Inflation is inflating the currency, and then the effects is higher prices later.
Right.
So you got to buy assets. And real estate's tough right now. Real estate's tough to cash flow. I'm a real estate guy. Obviously, there's a real estate podcast, but like most deals don't make sense.
You are right.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do with your money? Maybe invest in AI stocks because we know that's coming.
Yeah.
What are some of the safest ones? Like the Nvidia is probably one of the safest stocks you can get into. I know it's highly volatile in general, but long term, over the next 3 to 5 years, they are not going to have any competition with what they're doing. And this is not investment advice, but what can you put your money in that will likely grow? Because it's not, if you just put it in the bank, it will likely decrease in purchasing power.
It will.
And if you buy a rental house, with today's interest rates and today's prices and what you can get for rents in North Idaho, it's probably not going to cash flow.
Let's put that heavy down.
And that's going to take money from your pocket, unless, like you said, heavy down payment, paying in cash. Obviously, if you pay in
you'll
cash,
be fine, but
better.
Right.
Or if you can just get a loan for maybe half, maybe you're cash flowing at that point. If you can cash and buy with debt, that's the best.
Yeah.
To make it cash flow. You got to buy cash flowing real estate, and then the math will math and work out long term in your benefit, because then you'll have tenants paying down your debt.
Yeah.
And inflation will work in because if the more debt you have, the better that is with inflation long term, because inflation will eat away at the value of that debt as just as much as it will your savings.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little bit. Can you break it down a little bit more, though? I mean, I kind of got lost in that last little point you were making about.
Sure.
Yeah, just getting how the inflation will keep eating at your money. I mean,
yeah. So to give you an example, so I'm buying 20 acres right now out in St. Mary's for 190 grand on a 5% interest rate over 30 years.
Okay.
And I'm going to build a cabin on it. It's just going to be recreational, but I know that in 10 to 20 years, the value of $190,000 in debt will not feel like it does today.
Sure.
It will feel lighter.
Yeah.
Because we will continue to print money. Incomes incomes may continue to go up a little bit, not quite as much.
Yeah.
Asset prices, asset values and stuff will go up. Everything's going to go up. Because the government is aligning themselves with growth, no cutbacks, lots of debt, printing. That means that real assets, not the U.S. dollar purchasing power will continue to go down.
Yeah. Can't go down much further than it already is based off the chart I've seen from you.
And if you lock in debt, the debt doesn't grow unless it's negative cash flow.
Sure.
And you're not paying it down.
Right.
But the nominal value of 200,000 in 30 years will not feel it's going to be paid off anyway in 30 years. But 200,000 will feel like a steal 10, 20, 30 years from now.
If trends have gone the way they historically have, correct.
30 years from now, 200 grand can feel like 20 grand today.
Yeah. It also could feel like 400. Like, I can't predict the future, but like statistics say, money tends to feel lighter as it goes on, right?
Because I remember 30 years ago, we bought a house for $70,000, and $70,000 back then felt like $400,000 today.
Yeah. Same thing when we bought our first house. Like, we bought it for like 306 or something, and it felt like I'm like, oh shit, that's so much money. And now, like, looking back, like if I could buy another house in that exact condition in that exact neighborhood for that exact price, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. You just got to be able to afford the commitments you're getting yourself into.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And you talk about like obviously like investing in real estate. Like I've been putting my money, and I've talked about this before, like just private notes lately.
Yeah.
And like, as far as like cash flowing, what I can do with a little amount of money, I call it the little capital that could.
Uh-huh.
So like, you know, like the little engine that could, like my IRA's up to 22.5. I just sent that back out on a 16% note, so that's making $300 a month now.
Nice.
And nowhere else could I put, you know, 22,000 down and cash flow $300 a month, unless I did some weird seller financing thing that you've done.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You don't come across that too often.
right. Like if I were to put like
your note on,
even if I did like, yeah, like 22,000 down on a conventional loan, I wouldn't cash flow $300. I'd probably be negative cash flow because it's such a low down payment in this market.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a way to help build my money right now, and I'm just going to build until I can buy more real estate.
yeah, and again, the whole point of, like Robert Kiyosaki will say this, the whole point of business, making money in general, is to buy real estate, because the real estate, if you can lock it in, that is U.S. dollar proof.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we measure everything in U.S. dollars. But what people don't understand is that U.S. dollar, the measuring stick, the actual measuring stick changes over time, and people don't realize that they're still measuring that, but it's like it gets smaller. An inch isn't an inch anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not even going to print the penny, or they're not going to produce the penny anymore.
Oh, really?
This is the last year of the penny.
Wow.
They're going to do away with it in 2026.
Crazy.
And they may start printing bills larger than 100 now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the track to Zimbabwe money. It might take a long time. We're still a world superpower.
Sure.
I mean, we can still drop bombs on whatever country we feel like.
Whenever we want.
We have bases all around the world. We have $1 trillion. We have $1 trillion budget for self-defense.
Yeah.
Which I'm a fan of. Me personally, I like living in a country where I feel safe. I feel like safety is that's a lot of money to spend on safety, but
right. But I mean, local events in the last couple of days don't exactly make like, I mean, like we can have domestic terrorism too, right?
Oh yeah, we just had the incident.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Like, we talk about safety.
That's
and like
national news.
Yeah. I don't think we need to get into that here. This is not really nobody listens to these lives anyway. It's gonna be they're gonna watch it on YouTube and be like, what?
What are the, if in case you're wondering what we're talking about, yesterday at Canfield Mountain, which I go hiking on like 4 days a week, somebody started a fire, and then when the fireman came, he opened fired, and it was an ambush and made national news.
Crazy.
We're all still trying to process what the hell's going on. Yeah. Because this is not a community where people necessarily don't support firemen.
Right.
This is a very pro first responders community.
Yeah.
This isn't the type of community where we throw bricks at cop cars,
right?
Police.
We don't light Teslas on fire over here.
Not really.
Yeah.
So it's very unusual, and we're trying to come to grips with what's going on.
Yeah. No, it's it was crazy.
But it's just one guy.
That's what they're saying. But also, I heard reports of multiple people. So
I heard so many false reports yesterday. There's so much misinformation out there.
It's hard to get real information when your firemen are just getting actively shot at.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't know how many. I have no idea how many people there are.
You know what I saw yesterday? So what actually happened? Two firemen were shot and killed,
and one
other was shot and wounded. What I saw in this more national like live thing was they're saying there were like 11 people shot, two officers, two firemen down.
Yeah.
They were showing that the fire on the map was not on Canfield Mountain. They were showing the fire was in one of the neighborhoods.
Oh, jeez.
And then they were saying this is mountain time. And I'm like, it's Pacific time here.
Yeah,
like they're just all kinds of bad info from this national live. And you're just like, holy crap. Is this the way it always is? Like on national news, when they provide, they just spew all this crap and make assumptions and they just give false reporting.
The answer is probably yes. And here's the reason why, because
they're not here locally.
Information is power, right? And if you can hold somebody's time and attention, that's power. So what they're trying to do is like, if 20 other reporting places are reporting on this, they might not have all the details because they're like, we need to get something out. We need to put a live thing that says like, hey, this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's where some of the misinformation does happen from people hurrying to be that first person where you hear that info from.
It's interesting. It's just wild to see, like, all of a sudden nationwide stuff is reporting immediately. And you're like, here's a weird thing. Somebody posted a link to like a live thing on Facebook yesterday. It went to MSNBC while it was happening.
Yeah.
And like immediately they were talking about white supremacists.
Wow.
And they were just, talking about how this area is full of white supremacists.
Well, the area is known for
30 years ago.
30 years ago,
a parade. But
it is still known for this area.
Like that, they're sitting there acting like. And then I see in the comment, the first comment I see in like the comments was, "I have no empathy for them."
Wow.
I was just like, "Wow, thanks MSNBC. Thank you for making art, just spreading hate, and pretending to be the good guys."
Yeah.
But that was one thing that just irritated the shit out of me. I'm like, I can't watch this stuff.
Sure.
Like,
I had a CNN news feed up. It looked pretty accurate. Like you said, it was 2-1 dead, wounded. And they were just saying like, we'll hear from Governor Little once he says more, and we'll report when we hear that. And
that's all they should be saying.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on.
Nobody knows what's happening. Multiple reports of this, but here's what's happening. I had weird thoughts about it last night. I was like, what if, unfortunately, and I hope this isn't the case, I hope that gunman has been disposed of in a proper manner. But like, I was like, if he shot somebody on that mountain and put his gun by them, and then just ran down pretending to be a civilian like everyone else trapped on the mountain.
Well, I think that's why they're not releasing the name or anything, because they have to investigate and make sure, was that the shooter?
Sure. And how do you know, though? Like how can...
they'll do tests.
Yeah. Chat GPT will tell them.
They'll ask Grok.
Yep.
I mean, they'll find out, is this the guy that would do it? Yeah. I had the same thought.
Yeah.
I had the same thought that somebody could have just killed a hiker, because there's hikers all over Canfield Mountain.
Yeah, there are people stuck on that mountain.
I go out there 4 days a week.
Yeah.
So I think it's irresponsible to start putting out names or anything.
I would agree with you
this early.
And our hearts do definitely go out with all those affected, of course, because it is a very traumatic event. Like you said, our
community's
not used to this.
Yeah.
Typically, first responders are heroes in this neighborhood. And for somebody to do that, and again, I don't know their motives or anything like that, but it's a dirty thing to do.
Yeah, we can all make assumptions. Clearly, the guy was out of his fucking mind, which is...
It does happen, unfortunately.
Maybe 1 in 50 people in this area.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. But they don't go to that extent.
Right. But I don't think, like, that made national news. That's unfortunately the last time. I want to make the news for something really good.
Yeah. Well, the big beautiful bill might be passing this.
Okay.
And we can now kind of safely anticipate continued long-term inflation, which I feel more confident about being like, okay, well, government's going to be irresponsible.
They're going to be irresponsible.
They're going to
what.
Try what you got to who's in office.
Yeah.
So, of course, as normal, look for properties that cash flow. Buy properties that cash flow on debt.
Yeah. As
long as they cash flow. Repeat.
Right. And with this big beautiful bill thing too, like just one kind of soft minute on this. We often say in like businesses, like the way you get big is you scale, right? So maybe that's what is that what they're going for here? Like if you like cut back and do all these expenses, like are you just making it worse? Because now they're like, okay, we need to scale. You need to commit to it 100%. And maybe they'll see change from that. I don't know. I'm not an economist.
There may be a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can cut back 36 trillion that easy without everything collapsing.
We should get that economist, Sam, whatever, in here.
Yeah, I do. I do think it's a good idea to cut some stuff.
Yeah.
That is clearly not working for anybody. Which I think they did a good job of. I mean, they cut $170 billion worth of crap. The majority of it was found to be like waste, fraud, and abuse. Yeah. And that's what they cut. That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But I do think that's a pretty significant amount of money that the people don't deserve to have robbed from them and then paid, to the wasteful things.
Yeah.
And now we can get back to the reality that our government's just going to do whatever it wants.
Yep.
And we can try to put, fight against it. It's probably not going to happen. So just, you got to learn to deal with the environment you're in.
Yeah.
And when it comes to real estate investing, you got to know we're in this environment where there are still good deals here and there.
Yeah.
I just bought. I'll be closing on real soon. Just a few days ago, another property.
Nice.
2 lots out in Pinehurst, buildable lots.
Okay.
Pretty good discount. And I'm partnering with an excavator who's going to do all the work to like make building pads and driveways and stuff like that. And we're just going to split the profits 50-50.
I love it.
And then I got a loan for the entire amount. No cross collateral or anything. It was like,
Shout out to your hard money lender.
yeah, it was a slam dunk. We'll see if it actually, everything comes together.
Yeah.
But I'm still buying stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of what's happening. You just got to be aware.
Yeah.
What can we anticipate long term? I feel like I'm getting more, spending maybe 30% of my efforts into the stock market now.
Yeah.
And just trying to have fun with life too.
Yeah. Don't take it too seriously. I mean, it's not all about money at the end of the day. Some of it's about your sanity and happiness. You clearly
Money
have
drives everything.
you have no bearing on what your sanity should do because you just finished an Ironman again.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about how insane you have to be to put yourself through that just for the pure attention. And that's basically, I came to the realization while I was running, I'm like, why am I doing? I'm like, oh yeah, just because people are cheering for me.
Yeah.
And that feels good. And it's a very narcissistic thing, of course, but maybe as a child, I didn't have enough attention or something. And this is my way of getting attention by having the community cheer for me as I come in 102nd place.
Yeah. and I think it's important to note that the people were actively cheering for you, but
cheering for everybody. But
they're cheering for everybody, but also people are silently cheering for you right now.
oh, you're too cute. Thank you.
Adorable. Yeah, adorable. Thank you. See, that's
You're
what I wanted.
You're very kind.
I wanted that. I wanted that.
Kind.
I wanted
Your hair's looking amazing.
It's very shiny today. Look at all that stuff.
Your beard is so congruent with the rest of your face.
Congruent?
Yeah, it's like cut perfectly on both sides.
We'll see. I got the neck beard going. But anyway, people are silently cheering for you, right? Doesn't matter that people are actively cheering for you. People want you to succeed. And if you can just take that, and I think more importantly, your family wants you to succeed. Right?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Huge shout out to my brother Brandon. He did amazing for he also finished.
Yeah, he did.
With very little training compared to me.
Yeah. I was watching you guys on a little app. And
on the swim, he swam for 5 minutes and was sore. Yeah. And during his practices, and that's about all he can do. And he kept up with me the entire swim.
That's incredible.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Brandon gets migraines. And he slept at my house that night, and he had a big wedding to do that, like a 13-hour wedding day to set up for it. He runs a wedding venue for those that don't know. Came to my house to sleep and get ready to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't get to bed till 1 o'clock. So he had a migraine, 2 hours of sleep, obviously mentally exhausted, physically exhausted from that, but still completed the entire half.
Incredible.
With a smile on his face and didn't die.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
You should be more proud of Brandon than me because I prepared for it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still cool that you both did it.
Yeah. And I'm, physically, I'm phenomenal shape.
Phenomenal.
I'm just showing.
Probably the best shape of your life
oh, maybe for now.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah. I'll screw it up.
Nachos and beer are a thing.
They might be coming someday.
Yep. Well, what else you got for this episode? Do you want to send them off?
You can send them off.
Oh, I don't want to. I get sad when I send them off.
Have you heard any of the new recent episodes, the last 1 or 2 that came out? I changed up the theme little intro.
I didn't hear it yet. Okay.
There's a new little intro beat.
Okay.
For those that don't know. I want your feedback on it.
I'll check it out after this episode. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. I was pretty sneaky about it.
Yeah, I clearly
finally came out. Did it a month ago.
Okay.
And now it's starting to hit. I like it.
Okay.
You tell me. You might hate it. You hate a lot of the editing things that I do.
I don't hate a lot of the editing things you do. When you were going to have me do yours and RD's podcast, you sent me that newsreel intro, and I'm like, I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Anyway,
it was something.
It was something. Correct. It got me an idea in the right direction. I'll listen to it after the show though. So.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and if you're going to be watching on YouTube, clearly you'll be enjoying the new intro as well. So let us know if you like the new intro or not.
It's like 4 seconds long, but it's fine.
Great. Well, we want to hear about it. 4 seconds is better than 3 seconds. That's what my dad always says.
Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. We love you. Thanks for listening.
Yep.
And and don't forget, we have a free mastermind, the Investor Shed
We do.
on school.com.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to be a part of that, it's free. Just go to school.com, and that's SKOOL, and it's under the Investor Shed.
I love it.
Later, guys.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for checking out the Investor Shed podcast. If you enjoyed your time, make sure to leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Follow along on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at The Investor Shed for shorts and promos about each episode. Do you want to be a guest or know someone who has great real estate investing advice and stories? Reach out to us at theinvestorshed@gmail.com.